Anyone can feed squirrels. Sometimes all it takes is a little patience. Here at Hugh Jones Elementary, these kids are getting a head start in learning how to recycle. It's been almost 7 months since Stephen LaPointe was brutally stabbed right here on Lawrence Street. While Dr. Dubeck says that lawnmowers do have safety features to protect people using them, it's important to educate yourself to learn how to operate these machines properly. President Obama becomes the first president in U.S. history to show support for gay marriage. Now, running for the 22nd Congressional District is Democrat Dan Lamb, who is also showing support on this controversial issue. Joe and Elsa, imagine being on board the Costa Concordia, 20 ports in 7 days. One Central New York couple did this, and along with fellow passengers found themselves in a nightmare at sea. The luxurious and well-appointed Costa Concordia. This company footage is how the ship's operators wanted the massive luxury cruise liner to be seen. Only this is how the world has become so familiar with Costa Concordia. On January 13th, the ship crashed into the rocks off the coast of Tuscany with about 4,200 souls aboard. From the small town of Duanesburg, New York, Joan Flesser, Brian Aho, and their daughter Alana were just sitting down for dinner when the nightmare at sea began.
First we heard a tremendous vibration, and then almost like an explosion, really. It was that loud.
What the Ahos heard was described by staff as just an electrical problem, but they, along with many others, feared it was far greater than that. Panic was everywhere. They needed to get off the ship.
And we started looking for life vests. And as he's giving it to me, someone else is grabbing at it and literally ripped it. It ripped it in half. You heard the inside of the life jacket just go pop.
Jones said, gone were the days of an orderly women and children fashion.
The people, because you had no idea what they were going to do. The yelling, screaming, pushing, little children being crushed.
They boarded the lifeboat, Joan grabbing at her daughter's ankles to drag her on before the boat took off. Safely together again, they arrived onto Giglio, off the ship, and the nightmare at sea over. After a struggle with the U.S. Embassy, the Ahos boarded a plane to Albany, New York, and said it never felt so good to be home.
Great deal of relief. I mean, when we landed at Albany Airport, I was never so happy to see snow. I mean, that passed really quickly, but I was still really happy to see snow.
In Duanesburg, Keith Rubino, Eyewitness News. Some know him as the Squirrel Whisperer, but to others, he's just Rodney Warren, your average college student who in his spare time can feed and pet squirrels.
I use both a audible noise, a clicking noise, and a gesturing noise. And the gesturing noise is actually inadvertent because when I first start training them, I throw them peanuts and they start to make the gesture of throwing. They start to associate that with being fed.
Not all squirrels on campus are trained by Rodney. Most of his squirrels are located in the Hewitt Quad area. Anyone can feed squirrels. Sometimes all it takes is a little patience.
Yeah, people wanted to come up and they wanted to feed the squirrels, so I volunteered to show them how, and it's been interesting teaching other people how to do it.
Most students enjoy Warren's hobby and regard it as neat, but this was not always the case.
The reception from students has been overwhelmingly negative before this semester. This semester has been a complete turnaround. A lot of people have been really nice about it, saying all sorts of extremely kind things. I honestly don't even know how to handle it half the time.
But what will happen once Rodney graduates? Will there be someone to take his place?
One person had an interest in, a freshman had an interest in learning how to do it, and they could continue on the tradition for me after that. And, and I was thinking about actually starting a club, but I haven't quite made any plans. I don't know if I'll write a book or a novel, but I will probably continue the practice with other animals as I grow older.
For Rodney, it's about practice and theory, but it also makes for a pleasant hobby. For 10 News, I'm Keith Rubino. New legislation came out today establishing the strongest standards and practices in the nation for protecting people with special needs and disabilities. That's according to Governor Andrew Cuomo. He says this legislation will create new justice centers for the protection of people with special needs. The president will be in the Empire State tomorrow. President Obama is set to visit our capital region just hours from now. A popular brand of dog food is being recalled after 14 people got sick. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention are investigating the salmonella outbreak and say it may be from Diamond pet food products. For a complete list of the recalls, you can visit our website at cnyhomepage.com.